Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second episode of Railroads Online here on the Wartime Gamer channel. Now, we're going to get straight on with what I said we were doing last episode, which is we're going to make the loop around for this Montezuma with all these logs to get onto this track so we can sell them, which we're going to start pretty quickly because I'd like to get these sold sooner rather than later, should I say. I want to do a bridge kind of design, so it's going to come this way. We're going to have to avoid this rock because last I checked... Oh no, you can get rid of it. Never mind, you can get rid of that rock. Okay, so we're going to run these out to be parallel. We're going to run this side out to be parallel with this side. And then going to do a little bit of track. And then we're going to split it. No, I want crossovers, please. We're then going to split the track with a switch. We'll do this. Then I want one of these to go here. The other bit isn't important for right now, but we'll leave that switch there. Run this, connect these two together. Do maybe 30, 40 odd meters between this siding and our bridge over. Want to get that, there you go, snapped in nicely. So you can run the whole length of this now. And then we're going to get the bridge going over the main line so you can turn around. It'll be very useful because otherwise, well, train stuck on this side of the track, I won't be able to get over here. So, put this as a straight piece, run it out by about 40 odd meters, go 45 because why not? 45 is a random measurement, I guess. It works. Get a right switch, we go here. I'm going to get a crossover so we can parallel this with the left side. Then going to get a left switch like this. We want this connection like that. There we go, perfect. I'm going to get rid of these crossovers actually, and crossovers don't need to be here. We're then going to curve out both sides by a 60 meter radius. What is the up button? I can't remember what for the life of me what up is. Ah, 8 and no, it's 8 and something. 8 and 2, yeah. Go on a 2% grade if we can. Am I facing? I think I know what I'm facing here. We're going to have to go to there. Then we're going to have to go with embankment 2 to get some more height out of this. Continue at a 2% grade. To what we got, this is a 60 meter radius. I wasn't educated to what we did the first one out, which is a problem. But go to about 50 meters here. So we want to be looking at about this. No, we're going to redo this because I want to be able to do this the same on both sides. So we're actually going to start with tall embankment. It's just easier. Again, 2% slope, 60 meter curve. Should mean that we do a 90-degree bend in 60 meters. So here should be 90 degrees from there. Looks about right. Then we're going to continue this bend. We're going to go the other direction though. Continuing with the 2% grade. Probably up the steps. We're going to go to minus 100, minus 60. Continuing at 2% grade. Do a 60 and then another 60. Might be worth doing 60 and then switching to, if we switch to, where are they? Wall tracks now. Continue the 60 at 2%. Go another 60, so we're doing a nice right angle again. So this should be completely parallel to this, except that don't look right at all. But that part's not important right now. The important part is doing this symmetrically. So we do 60 out, 60 in, and then do another 60 with a wall. I don't know if you can get rid of that rock, which might be a big problem, but we'll come to that in a minute. If that becomes a problem, then I can sort that out by doing something slightly different. So 60 meters, running out this direction, to there. And then we do 60 in the other direction. Page is up to 100 steps. 100, back down to 10, 60, and up to 2%. It was already at 2%. Should really be reading, but do a 60 curve this way. Now you are definitely going to get in the way. Please tell me I can get rid of this big rock. Yes, with a bit of lag. Hey, that is actually lagging the game out massively. Can I get rid of this rock? I can't. Okay, I think I can get rid of all the big rocks over here. Which, I mean, I'm ruining the landscape a little bit, but for our uses, I'm not really all too bothered about that. Not too fussed, because it needs to go. So we've got to get rid of it. Because otherwise we ain't going to be able to run our trains over it. And then we're going to go again, 60 with a 2% incline. I'm hoping this is going to be high enough. If this isn't high enough for trains to pass under, then I'm going to have to figure something out. Might have to go with a wider turn. But 60 there. Most trains aren't that tall, so we should be alright. That looks pretty tall though to me. If we can kind of get it to like plateau in the middle a little bit, should work even better. Gonna bring out some nice straight track. We're going to page this up to 100 again. Run this to 0. Here we go. Should be about 180-ish to the cross point of these, I think. No, it'd be 120, wouldn't it? Well, at this rate, it's going to look more like 180. Bring this up by 180 and then to there. Crossovers there and there. And then run this back this way and join it back up with the other side. Be a nice little cross round. Cross round? Turn around, I guess. I don't think they would have used something like this. They would have just done a crossing. Like 2 switches connected. Throw it across and then throw it back across, but I want things to be nice loops over here. I don't want no trains being on the wrong side of the track at any point. If you're going this way, you're on the right side. If you're going this way, you're on this side. You're always on the right hand side of traffic. Throw this switch while I'm here, because we're going to need it that way anyways. That track goes nowhere right now. Where would that track go, actually? This track might... Yeah, this track would probably be the track that splits Ironworks, Gold Smelter, Stamp Mill, and the gold mine. So like all the gold is in this area down here. This track's basically just gold. At some point we have to have a branch off here to come over to this bit. But that's for later, to come over to this side of the track, really. Yeah, this actually looks pretty good. On the map at least. This looks pretty good. Just hope it works the way I hope it does. I want it to, I should say. Run our way up here. Should I turn that music off? Didn't I? Did not. Music needs to go away. Now we're going to connect from here to there with... What kind of bridge do we want to go with? Don't really think steel's the right type, is it? Brown and white. I do like these brown and white trestle bridges. Take it off precise. Don't need it to be precise, really. I want to come over here and then hope it will link smoothly into this side. If it doesn't, then I have a whole separate issue. What is that doing? Yeah, we're gonna go throw it on. No, throw it on this. Throw it on precise mode. Get it down to a -60. Doesn't seem like a -60 curve, but oh, I've got a 300-foot bridge. Nice. Please tell me those trestles aren't directly over the track. Yeah, of course they are. How am I going to do this? Get on the bridge and work it out from there. I had to bridge 2 separate segments to the middle, basically. And then maybe a bit of iron truss bridging, like, over the tracks themselves, maybe? Not quite sure. How am I going to do this? I want a straight piece of track, I know that. But how am I going to get straight up here? I want to go probably with you. Run it straight 100. Actually, what angle is this? Yeah, this is direct 90, so I want direct 180. Just run a straight piece of track there. No, that's curved a whole lot. Why are you so why is that going so curved? Because I'm still on precise mode. Doing, yeah. If I get to go there, get back to 0, run it kind of, okay, I guess we have to go with a little bit to there. Now stand on this, delete the bridge. I want to go a crossover or 2 this direction. Probably 2. Close can I get to this? How would I delete that track, but I can't delete this track? Like, I managed to delete this, but I can't delete. Game. Really? Pain in my butt. Real pain in the rear end. It's fine. I've at least got somewhere to put something to this time. So I can use this left side here. Get a wooden bridge to where that bit is. Hopefully it's not too steep. I get a wooden bridge connected to that crossover. Then take a bit of steel bridging, steel truss bridge. Loop it over the middle. Loop it. Put it over the middle track. Actually, still wooden bridge. Yeah, wooden bridge, yeah. Wooden bridge would look nice. Would look quite nice here. So, wooden bridge. Like this. Take it off precise mode. Take it off of precise. You're a 3% incline up to there. It's a bit steep, but hopefully it isn't too bad and really should have stayed. What is that doing? Why is that being weird? Then I put a bit of put the steel truss bridge down, and then redo it, and hopefully that leg will be a proper leg, not some weird chunk. Anyway, crossover, disappear. Now we're gonna go bridge. We're gonna go with grey, basic. How far? Probably get another 2 lines this side, but it's fine. It's not too big of a deal. And then we run this from here to link up with that bit. Yeah, the legs aren't being weird on this side. It's just this side they are. T, demolish, all. I'm going to get a new bridge. I'm going to go from there, link it to there. Nope, the legs are still going to be weird. Okay, well, in that case, then I want to go with a wall to about there. A nice chunk of wall to rest on. We'll do the same on this side, I guess. Actually, if I do it slightly further down the pillar, it's a little bit nicer. Ooh. Yeah, do it to there. That looks better. Make sure I'm deleting this bit. So I can't do it further down the pillar. There is no pillar here to do it down. Try to make this look nice. It's taking some time. Sweet, sweet time. Not like this, I think, might actually look better. There you go. And then run it out from here to about there. I think is right. It's about right. Yeah, a bit wider on that side, but it's fine. Still looks pretty good. But as long as there's nothing on the track that I need to technically chop down, even though rocks and things don't chop, but we'll ignore the technical things. Really should put a telegraph box back in at the freight depot at least, because I've now got to run all the way back this way. Don't like how that bridge is off center slightly, but doesn't matter too much. It works is the key part. Not while we're here. While I'm here, might as well chuck this siding in. Nope, can't do that because the switch on this end isn't put in. Okay, guess not. Guess I'm not doing that. Oh well. Right, yep, that switch is fine. This is going straight. The other end is fine. Let's go see if Montezuma can handle what I've just built. Brakes off. Go the regulator on. Set the brakes off. Pick up some wood. I'm gonna throw 2 bits of wood in the fire. Close that. Throw the wood back on the pile. Now, hopefully Montezuma can make this. Got to pick up some speed between now and then, which is going to be a little bit difficult with a full load of logs. But fingers crossed, we make it just fine. We shall have to see if Montezuma can make it. About to start our 2% incline, which then gets up to about 3% here. I think that's about 2.5%, I think it was, on the way down. Can't remember exactly. Wasn't exactly paying attention because I wasn't interested in redoing this whole section. As long as Montezuma can maintain speed coming up here, enough that we get over, which that is not looking good. We are dropping speed rapidly. We're going to make the 3%. At this rate, we're not going to finish the 2%. Monty. Oh, Monty, you got this. We're going quite slow. Oh, Monty. I don't think we're making this. Oh, Monty. No point putting sand or anything down. It's not slipping. Oh, Monty. I have perfectly cancelled it out. It doesn't go any further. Maybe we drop the final tray. Maybe we drop a final car. We do a bit of pickup and whatever it's called. Can't remember exactly. Drop the pin on that. Get back in the Montezuma if I can get up there. Hopefully I can. Come on, let me up. Let me up. Let me up. There you go. Full reg. We drop the brakes. Yeah, is that one extra car of weight, I think? No, we're going to rock back and forth now. Let it roll back a little bit. Try and bunch up the cars together. Pull some slack, maybe? Or we're just pushing that last car. Yeah, we're just pushing that final car. I've got to drop it back in some slack. Get it rolling again. Give it some momentum, maybe. Car brake is on here. Brake that car, maybe? Hopefully this is enough. Are we going to keep rolling back? Give some reverse throttle. Push against the car brakes. There you go. Now, will it move the moment I take that brake off? Because if it doesn't, it's could be a lot better for me. Nope, we roll back immediately. Which means I've got to throw throttle on the front end. Got to throw throttle on the Montezuma. That I've fallen off the hill from again. Just give it all the rig. Throw off the brakes on this back car. And we roll back again. No. This is going to have to be more than just... It might have to be a half and half, I think. Throw a half and half split. One car was almost enough to get us going, but I'm not going to keep faffing around with it. I'll just do a half and half drop split. If I could find the spreadsheet, could have worked it out quite easily. Because there's a spreadsheet online somewhere that shows you exactly what each train can pull at what grade. But I do not remember for the life of me. What was this thing? Now, I'm going to have to pull up the comments on my previous video, but I do remember getting a suggestion from a viewer on what we should look at getting next on this series in terms of a loco. I don't remember what level you have to be to get it though, so I'll have to double check on both ends. This was suggested by Riley Trainboy to get a mogul. That's what was suggested, to get a mogul. Now where are the moguls? That's Moscow. Mogul, this lovely thing here, the mogul. It's 4,300, it's a level 4. So we might have to go with something else in the meantime. Something a little less powerful. What are we looking at here? Probably something like this. Is it this? No. Where is it? Is it you? Definitely not you. Oh, one of these. But you're a level 3 because you're the 622. You're this thing. It's a level 3. I want to look at a level 2 for right now. You're probably a bit big, although you probably could work. I think our best bet would be going with this thing next. 4,300 foot-pounds compared to 3,600. It's a little on the low side. You would be better. One of these would be better, probably, for what we want. It's one of these, the 11D1. It's $3,000. Pulling power of 5,900. It's near enough double the Montezuma, which currently is stuck again. Throw it in reverse, the brakes on. Full brakes off. No, we're not getting up this hill. But right now, I might actually have to just simply settle for a crossover switch. Because I don't think there's much I can do in this situation. Except for drop it and do 2 cars at a time, and I'm not really wanting to sit here and do 2 cars at a time. So the crossover bridge, it's great. It looks amazing. But for what we need, it's a little steep. Or for what we have, it's a little steep. Unless I've still got... No, I haven't got any brakes on, I don't think. Not on this end. You're off. That's off. Double check the back end of the back car on this is off. Yep, that's off too. Which means our best bet is, yeah, running it back down the hill and just crossing it over. You had brakes on. There you go. All the brakes are off. Hop car after car. Hop back in the Montezuma. Just push this back downhill. Well, with the pay for logs, we should get to both level 2 and getting that new loco relatively quickly. Top speed would probably be similar to Montezuma because it's got some tractive effort, but the wheels aren't that big. Something like Eureka would be better for running it back and forth. I need like a shunting engine to do the turnaround here, and then have a mainline engine like a Montezuma here with some speed. Montezuma really isn't the kind of loco you send up a hill like that, unless we can get a run up. With a load like this, she gets near enough to 18 mile an hour. maybe 20 if you're lucky. So I might be able to get a run up going if I give it a bit more room than it had before. How fast can we get going? If I dial in the reverser a little bit better. No, we seem to be sitting around the 16 mile an hour mark. I don't think we're going to be able to do what I wanted. Which means you've got to find a section of track to do a crossover, which probably be easiest to do on the mainline chunk here. Just cross it over, back it up, throw it into this siding afterwards, and then send the loco around the turntable. How close are these tracks though? Because I don't know how wide these switches are exactly. These tracks might be too close for doing this. Oop. Nope, didn't want that. I want a left switch, switch down right. Yeah, I think these are too close. With a right switch, switch stand. No, I want a left switch, switch stand right again. I want to throw it onto this bit. Switch stand is in this track now. Could try bending this. For right now, I need to get the train crossed over. So for right now, that's not important. It's just this bit that's important. Get this linked up to here. Get you linked up back to that switch. Almost there. There you go, link that. And then link this last little bit to here. And now to bring this out around that switch, which only has to go to about there. Then I can bend it back around to about there. And then it bends back this way. Like so. So it's a bit of an odd shape for a yard, but we get Montezuma crossed over, and all should be fine. Right, brakes off. Montezuma needs to roll forwards. Go on the map, change the switches, because probably didn't do it before I came over. No, they're already set to go the right way. Nice. You need to be thrown that way. Put this at full power. One thing we're gonna have to do is fill this up with water after we've done this switch over, because Montezuma is running a little bit low on water. I'd say maybe 20%-ish in the tank at the moment. Do we actually have an accurate reading gauge in here? I don't know, is that accurate? Or is that just... No, I think that's just for decoration. Get this thrown over. These tracks are pretty much the right distance apart. It's just the switch stand here makes it so I have to bow this yard out. Right, coast over the points. Start braking soon-ish. A little bit of brakes now. Throw the brakes on full. Throw that switch over. Set the reverser backwards in preparation. Dial the brakes off. Maybe a bit more brakes. There you go. And now we get a reverse into the platform. And like I said, once it's unloaded, we bring it through this siding here. Montezuma goes up around the turntable, or up to the turntable, swaps over, comes back this way, hooks up back up to the cars, and we go back up to the lumber mill again. And it's to be rinse and repeat pretty much until we get our new loco, which I might cut out, I might not. I'm not sure, depends how long it takes. Depends how much money we make from this run. If it's a case of doing one more run, then we'll do it in this episode. If it's a case of doing more than one run, then I'll cut it out. And then we can do a new log run with the new loco. I think that's overshot the platform at the back end. No. Want my frozen brakes on. Montezuma's going to run away without me. Brakes already on. Throw that on too. Right, so right now we have 200 and no XP. Oh, no, missed that one. There you go. Right. For a load of, what, 6 times 6? So 36 logs. We got paid not a lot. What was it? 3,000 for that new loco, I think it was I looked at. Because we want this thing, the class 1022. No, it's not the class 1022. Where is it? It was this, the 11D1. It's 3,000. We made 400 from that run. It's going to be a lot of runs. So I think I'm going to cut until we can get this new loco. Unless there's something else I could do this episode to make some money. I don't really think so. Unless we want to hook up to the sawmill. Start bringing lumber from the logging mill to the sawmill. Could be a good shout, actually, because it's a very worthwhile thing to do. Is take stuff to the sawmill, because then we're making another product, which will sell for more. So, yeah, actually, we're going to do that. This episode has gone from buying a new loco and making this turn, to we're going to start our progression to the sawmill. Got to back it up a little bit, because we have overshot the signal. I've switched down a little bit. But we're right. I will cut back once we have switched Montezuma around, and I will see you again very shortly. Right. We are hooked back up, switch back the other way, and we are ready. No, I need to actually take this off. Take the brake off. Forgot to do that. Need to get going back towards the lumber mill, the lumber camp. First, though, we do need to remember to fill up Montezuma. Because, like I said, she is running rather low on the water supply. So I need to get the tender underneath the water tower. Hopefully that's a simple job. Should be relatively simple. Can't see why it'd be too difficult. Come over a bit slow. And get this lined up with where we want to be. Slam the brakes on. Yeah, a little bit of an overshoot. Should be fine. Should be just fine. Then we want to get these chutes to come out. To be over the tender somewhere. Pretty much perfect, actually. Then we want to crank the hand valve. Watch this rise. Could be here for a minute. So again, I will see you guys back when we have filled up the tender, which is probably going to take me a while. So see you all in about 5-10-ish minutes. And we are back. Despite the not completely filled gauge, according to Montezuma, we're full of water, so I'm going to trust that rather than gauge. And I guess it's time for us to set off towards the lumber mill. Not really much more else for us to do. Set off towards the lumber mill, and then get to work on building our track towards the sawmill. Hopefully we can get there today. Not entirely sure if we're going to or not. Fingers crossed. Shouldn't take too long to expand to the sawmill. But I do know how time likes to fly in this game, given between the two. So far today I've been recording for, that was half an hour, about 45 minutes. So this could be hopefully an average hour-ish long episode. I've had some cuts here and there. Should be about an hour long-ish, hopefully just under. Oh, there you go, it's updated. Just look back. The water gauge is updated now. Throw a bit more wood in the fire as well. One more. There you go. Nice full fire. We'll load this with logs and then we will get to expanding on network towards the sawmill. My plan is to come off here, kind of 2 switches, 1 switch this way, 1 switch this way, and then merge into a double track this way again. Because pretty much no matter what, if you're going to the sawmill, you're going to be going to the lumber camp. I mean, not necessarily actually. Yeah, no, we do it that way. Single player game anyways. Unless I bring in some mates. Most likely we'll keep this as a single player series though. Still got all 6 cars. Double check that these points are lined up for the logs. Yep, they are. Lovely. Nice, just chugging along. Like the reverse drop actually, might be able to get a little bit more speed out of this. Yeah, look at that, creeping towards 20 again. I always forget that's a thing. Bring the reverser back, you can get more speed out of it. Because you're not trying to throw it as far. Put some brakes on. Try and line these first 2 cars up like we did last time. Almost perfect. I'm going to scoot back a little bit. There you go. Should be good enough. Get these going, get that one going. Now I'm going to throw this set of points right after this set of points to go this way. Because I want some nice smooth radius corners. And I want to try and not make this too much sharper, if I can help it. So we're going to demolish that. We're going to go left switch actually. Because the left switch I can keep the radius, keep the corner slightly. So then we're going this way still. And then this switch, or this track over here will be a right switch. And we just need to link the 2. Hopefully hasn't made it too much sharper. Something like this. And then connect these 2. Now that looks a lot sharper actually now I'm looking at it. That looks a lot sharper. Yeah, no, actually, that ain't too bad. Doesn't look too bad. It's a little bit sharper. But I don't think it's derail train sharp, so it should be alright. Just make sure it's clear. Yep. Right, we want to pull out to go towards the sawmill about in the middle of those 2. So about somewhere here-ish. Yeah, here-ish would work lovely. We're going to go cross over here and cross over here. And we're going to bring out just like 10 meters of track or some small amount. Yeah, we'll go 10 meters. 10 meters like that. 10 meters to there. Demolish that and that. And then we're going to freeform with connections to these switches. Switch number 1, or the outbound switch, is just here. That is a really sharp curve. But if I swap the switch around, then I'm making this corner sharper, so don't have much choice. And this corner isn't that bad. This corner isn't too bad. It's just the other one that's a bit on the sharp side. And hook that in there. We're gonna de-tree all of this. We don't want anything derailing as much as we can help it. Any little trees that little thing here, that would have derailed a train. It's the most annoying part about this map, is those little... The bushes you wouldn't even think about on a normal railroad. You have to remove everything that's close to the tracks, no matter how small it is, because the hitboxes are big enough. It will derail a train anyways. I'm going to make a memes for this game. World's smallest movable object. That tree's gone, those rocks are gone. There you go, that's everything from here. Go load up the next lot. Make sure this switch is thrown the right way. Going that way. Here we go, load up the next lot of logs. About there, I think. I think that's close enough. Don't know about this back one. No, it's not. Of course it's not. Right. Are you going to do that back car now? You've done the front one? Please? Yes. Okay, that's fine. Spin that. There you go. Then move this forwards again. Should be done by now. Yeah. Lovely. Inch forwards. Slowly. Don't want to overshoot again. So about there, I think. Should be about right. I'm hoping so. Might have stopped a little short this time. As long as this back crane can reach this car, it's fine. Even if we double load the first car first. Because that's going to drop. Yeah, that loads that. It's going to drop, loads that. As long as you now load this car, we're fine. If you decide to start loading this, whatever this crane does, as long as it loads this car, we're fine. Yeah. Okay. Good. Get up into Montezuma ready to move forwards again. Probably worth making the lumber mill a complete loop then, especially now if we're connecting the sawmill like this. It'll be worth probably putting a loop into this section here somewhere, so that way we can come into the lumber mill, loop around, go back out towards the sawmill. Because it's pretty much the only thing the lumber mill does. I don't think anywhere else takes logs that I know of. Like, you iron ore mine, I know that takes stuff from... That takes only sawmill products. Gold, no. No, you want cordwood though? No. Yeah, nah. Everywhere else wants sawmill products, so it's just lumber mill to sawmill. Is the only place the lumber mill goes. Don't really need to go back that way, unless we're taking sawmill products back. Only problem is these freight cars don't pick up sawmill products. So we can load the sawmill, but then we can't load up new cars. Oh, I might want to put the brakes on. Like, really want to put the brakes on. Please stop. Stop. Montezuma. Monty. Thank you. I'm gonna run a nice, just long section of double track again for now, because well, actually sawmill is directly in front of me, is it not? No. Got to curve at some point, and I put the track down by accident. We've got to curve. No, just put a crossover in while we're here. I put a bit of track down, might as well do a crossover for it. We're gonna run this out, and then we've got to curve and go that way. So we're gonna try and aim for those gaps in the trees over there. But if I do just like a nice 500, no, 400 meter curve. Yeah, 400-meter curve is looking like it's going to work just nicely. Oop, gone too far. So we're going to go to here, do a crossover there and there. Low ballast. We're going to no more of that. We're going to bring it straight out for a bit. And then it will get curved again towards the sawmill. Do every 100 meters for now, because 100 meters is not too big but not too small of a distance to make chunks in. No, it's probably worth doing another 400-meter curve. Hundred meters, 400-meter curve. So we've gone. I don't know the maths. I'm not even going to try. Or what? 400 meters. If I've only done 100 meters of it, then I've done a quarter of a turn. 400-meter radius means that 400 meters would have done a 90-degree turn. I think. I think that's how the maths works. I don't know. We did a turn that's not too sharp for majority of love code in this game. Don't think it's too sharp for anything actually. Should be just fine. Another crossover section. Chuck it in like that. It's a long run down to this sawmill. Never realised how far away this sawmill was when I've been playing this map before. Another 100 meters. Especially when I've been playing single player before, I never really did double track stuff. So just run one line, branch it in and out of that one line, and everything's fine. Never really cared about doubling tracks up, but we do it not because we need it, but because it looks cool and because the tracks are free. So there's no harm in making things look cool. I was thinking about doing a town somewhere the train kind of runs straight through the middle of. So like this bit out here might be perfect for that actually. Also, we don't have passengers in the game, but we do have passenger cars. So could always do like a roleplay scene of a passenger train in a siding just off the main line. With a nice little town. I think I'm going to jump cut the last little bit of this because once I check, we are, yeah, we're just approaching the summer. I think we're going to jump cut this last little bit. You guys have seen the process already for quite a while. So I'll be back with you in a few-ish minutes, probably. Right, I think we're going to leave this episode just here. We are about to make it to the sawmill, but I have been on this for almost 2 hours now. So I think we're going to leave this episode here. Montezuma is back at the lumber camp, ready to come down this fresh new track with some logs to be delivered to the sawmill. We will sort out the tracks next episode and get the logs delivered to the sawmill. I'd say this has been a relatively successful episode. We got this nice bow here put in. We've got a little crossover here because Montezuma's a bit not got enough power to get over this nice little bow for right now. We've stretched track to the edge of the sawmill. So I think today has been pretty successful. Don't know about you guys. But as always, thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you again next week for our next episode of Railroad Online. And adios.